What's happening, people? Departing worlds. I think the inspiration for this idea, this talk, is from a lot of the online entrepreneur advice that I see. So much of it has this tone of predator and prey. There's this idea of taking advantage of these, and perhaps this isn't the intent, but taking advantage of these moronic people that would just step into a funnel and give their money, drop their money into that funnel for some basic content and some promises. And it reminds me of kind of the gold rush of the idea of an easy money, and that you can get rich with a few basic tools and a little bit of effort. It's like there's a seam to exploit here, and that seam is people. There was once, I think it was more popular in the past when I was growing up, the H.G. Wells book, The Time Machine, and it would often be used as an analogy or a metaphor of the growing divide between classes. And the idea in the story is that as time progresses, as we go into the future, in this time machine, two classes separate further and further until they become, in many ways, different species, the Eloys and the Morlocks. And I can see an analogy there between that and kind of the changes that are happening in technology and economics, and the combination of the two that is producing kind of a new class of people, the entrepreneurs, mobile workers, kind of a new kind of different type of middle class. And commensurate with that is the destruction and the weakening of this old middle class, the kind of dependent and dispassionate worker, the one that just goes in and does 9 to 5 and performs a routine. And this class is stagnating. Economically, it's stagnating, but the question is, will it be allowed to die and die out as there becomes no reason for it to exist, or will it be maintained? And that is where something like universal income, universal basic income, comes into it. In my opinion, such a thing would be like a drug. This basic income, it sustains the user, but it cures nothing. It doesn't get to the cause, and it essentially creates kind of a stasis for that person to live in. And back to that time machine analogy, it's like what will separate the classes and what divides two people will be the choices they make in life, and the character that those choices develops, whether to accept the comfort and ease and pleasure and kind of basic living of something like a basic income, or to go for something more and kind of face risk and struggle and failure, and through that achieve a different kind of character. The issue is that over time, with the availability of this drug, this free money, it becomes very hard to resist. And there is intergenerational pressures, not just in terms of that one class of separating even more as it becomes even more dependent, weaker in many ways, but also kind of dragging that other class. Will that other class be able to resist the temptation of this drug? So there is that possibility of the two separating, and one world, one group of people, one class being unrecognizable to another. And then the other possibility where that temptation is just too much, and eventually everyone is dragged down by it. A little bit pessimistic. Something to think about. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.